Hello and welcome back to our Set the Table series on Moore's Patreon. I am joined today by Hannah Jordan, who is one of our contributors for Issue 7, Women and Love. Hannah wrote an article and is featured in the photos for this wonderful piece that you chose to do for Moore. And we're super excited to have you in our Women in Love series because that topic can be very broad, but I think you picked something that is outside of expectations, outside of the norm, and it's a really great story. So I'm excited to break it down a little bit with you today, talk about your process and how it all came to fruition and how you're feeling about it now that it's published and out to the general world.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for joining me. And if you wouldn't mind going ahead and introducing yourself to our listeners.
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Hannah Jordan, and I wrote the To Sip and to Share article. It's really just about finding friendship in kind of a difficult situation. So, in the article, you will, if you read it, you'll find out I had a boyfriend, she had a boyfriend, they were the same person.
It's a tale as old as time.
And, she contacted me. She found me somehow. And she was like, hey, there's some stuff going on. And so we actually met up, kind of like swap timelines. And really just after everything kind of settled, which really I don't even know if it was settled yet, but we just kind of started up this friendship, and it's been just really rewarding and beautiful. And I feel like a lot of times women can really tear each other down, especially in situations like this. So it was just kind of great, and I wanted to write about that because, you can be honest and still cultivate really great female friendships.
Yeah, and I love what you talked about in the article about how it took a lot of courage for her to approach you because you never know how these situations are going to go, how
Mm-hmm.
the other party is going to respond, and you could have come at her with a lot of the vitriol that people expect, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's the other woman and, don't take my man and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
instead, you turned it into something so positive, which it's great. You subverted the norm, and
Yes.
now you guys get to be friends, and you
Yeah.
you got something good out of a bad situation at the end of the
Yes.
day.
I think we got the better end of the deal.
Absolutely, you did. And he got left in the dust, which is precisely how it should have gone down.
Exactly.
So I would love for you to talk a little bit about what your writing process was like, because even in the very beginning of the article, you mentioned that you had in your mind an idea for this piece that you were going to write about, a certain time in your life, and then it kind of went differently and you ended up writing something different than what you thought it was going to be, which I think is always wonderful when it turns out different than you expected.
Yeah. So I guess initially, when Ariana had approached me about writing something, I, was feeling like maybe I was falling in love with him. So it was really supposed to be about him and us and finding something, true and worthy after divorce, because that's really difficult sometimes. But obviously didn't quite work out as planned, which I guess thankfully I hadn't started writing.
Yeah, you didn't have to scrap anything.
No. Um so that was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how other people tend to write, but I like to do everything all at once. Like to have a little bottle of wine, get
And just
everything
get
out.
it all out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get it out, especially this particular piece. I do think that as I was writing it, it was a release of some kind that I think I needed, that I hadn't allowed myself maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to do just everything kind of once, and then I send it out to a few people and I'm like, edit my grammar.